Hey everyone, Reid Henrichs with Ridge, and today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to clean your pistol. Now your pistol is a very important part of your life, at least it's an important part of mine. I know if you're watching this, it's probably an important part of yours. So when we use this pistol and press the trigger, it's got to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I clean my gun, my pistol, and I'm going to show you how to keep it in tip-top condition and properly lubricated so that when you need it, it'll work, because that's what we carry it for. When it's time to go to that pistol, it needs to work. So I'm going to show you how to clean and lubricate that one step at a time. And I'll show you my personal method that has worked for me for coming up on 2 decades now, and it's never let me down. Alright, so let's get to it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove the ammunition. I mean, that's a good idea, trust me on that one. Alright, and then we're going to clear it, and we're going to take our ammunition and all of our magazines and we're going to go put it somewhere else far away where I'm not going to have it exposed to all these solvents and this and that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure the magazine is clear. Right, there's daylight in there. Look in the chamber, it is empty. Alright folks, now what I use to strip all the dirt and crud and everything out of my pistol is Hoppy's number 9. It's been around for decades, been cleaning guns forever, and it works. And really, I kind of like the smell of it too. My friends would always tell me that, man, Reid, you know, your house always smells like gun cleaning solvent and spent powder. And I was like, well, those are the 2 best in the world. I'm trying to, you know, get a cologne going on that. Just kidding. We don't need cologne. It's already permeated in my cloth and my pores. So guys and gals, what you're going to do is just take a patch or whatnot. And what we're going to do is we're going to, you know, get some solvent in there and put it on there. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to wipe stuff down. I like to start with the barrel. This is a very important part of the pistol, and wipe down all that stuff. Wipe it off with this solvent like so. It's a good idea to check your stuff as well. So whenever I'm cleaning these parts on these pistols, what I do is I look and I make sure that nothing's cracked. You know, I'll look and make sure the bore is clear. There's nothing in the bore. It's nice and smooth. You know, I'm going to look down the middle, hold it up to some light, and look down the middle. Mine's clear. As long as you got daylight, you're good to go. Wipe off your feed ramp where the bullet goes in. Make sure that's smooth and there's nothing that's going to get caught up on there. Very important that you do that. So what we got to do, folks, is make sure that it's all clean. That's basically, we're just wiping off all the pieces of brass filings and carbon and unburnt powder and all that stuff that gets in there. Just make sure it's nice and smooth. If you want to use a little brush like this, just wipe that down like so. Brush it out real quick. Heck, you could even use an old toothbrush. Take your slide. Check once again. We're checking for things inside here. Are there cracks? Is the extractor move? You know, this one seems to have some good tension. So we're just going to wipe out the inside of that as well. Make sure you're getting all those brass filings out of there. Make sure you're getting all that old lubrication out from on the inside, like so. Wipe all that stuff down. And you know, folks, I know guys that spend a half hour cleaning their guns. I mean, if that's what you like doing and watching Sports Center, hey, more power to you. That's why we have life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Me, I ain't got time to do all that stuff. I just like to do a good, quick 5-minute cleaning. And I always tell my students, if you're spending more than 5 minutes cleaning your guns, you're wrong. All right, just wipe it down. It doesn't need to be white glove clean. An important thing about this, folks, is that you want to check this part as well, where the breech face is, where the firing pin is, and especially under that extractor. The extractor is what makes the bullet or the spent casing fly out of the pistol. I like to wipe this face down as well. Make sure that's very clear, and make sure under the extractor, under this extractor right here, is clear as well, because that's going to have to work hard already. So we want to make sure all that stuff is clear. Alright, next thing we're going to use is the actual grip itself. A lot of pistols come with, usually the main parts are the barrel, the slide, and then the grip itself. So we want to make sure that all these are clean. Once again, wiping down all the rails. The rails where the slides is what I'm talking about. And we're wiping down all that old carbon, all that old unburnt powder and everything else. Make sure you check down the middle of the mag well. The mag well, of course, being this where the magazine goes in. Make sure that's free of debris and all kinds of little critters that find their way inside there. Get all inside there, get it done. Clean that off. Clean all the moving parts off so that they're got some solvent on there. Alright, now we got it all wiped down. You're going to say, well, okay, what do I do now? Well, we want to make them dry. Alright, so just take a dry, brand new patch that's dry and wipe all that old cleaning solvent off that we just used. Make sure that it's nice and dry, and it should be absolutely spotless. Mine's pretty clean, as you can see. Same thing with the with a slide, wipe down the inside with a clean, dry patch or rag. And as I said, folks, you guys got those old pairs of boxer shorts that are like shredded from use of bodily functions and just wear. Just cut them up into small little patches like this and they'll work just fine. So that's how we wipe it down. Now a lot of you guys at this point are going to wonder, well, Reid, don't you punch the bore? Don't you run a patch down your bore? Guys, this pistol has been mine for almost 5 years. I can't tell you when the last time that I ran anything down this bore was. It's been years that I've punched a bore on any of my guns, and they just keep getting tighter shooting and more accurate. As long as you've got daylight inside this, it's good to go, because it's just going to get copper inside there anyway. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat the small stuff. If you want to run something through there, I recommend something like a bore snake, something like that, but I wouldn't get crazy with it. All we're looking is for the bullet to be able to pass through there without obstruction. It's not a big deal, okay? I can't tell you how many rounds I've shot in the last 5 years, but probably approaching the service life of this pistol, which is substantially higher than a lot of people shoot. But I don't get wrapped around the axle about punching bores on rifles or pistols for that matter. Alright, if you want to do it, great. Nobody's going to knock you. I'm most certainly not going to knock you. It doesn't hurt it. I'm just telling you I don't do it. Alright. Now what we're going to use is we're going to apply lubrication, because pistols do need lube. Okay, and once again, just like I did in my AR-15 video, I'm going to be using this grease. Okay, this high temperature lithium grease that you can get from Walmart or, you know, Advanced Auto Parts or AutoZone or whatever. It's $4 for a tub of this. It'll last your lifetime. So what I'm going to do on this is I'm going to take just a little bit. I'm going to put some lube right on the tip of this barrel, on the upper third, and I'm just going to move it around. Now we don't need a ton, folks, just a very light visible coat on there. And what I also like to use is a little toothpick for the smaller parts to get in there. So a toothpick just with this, and I'll put some under the barrel lugs right in here, just a little bit, just enough to move, nothing crazy, okay? So just in there. So the barrel's lubed, all right? That's all we lube on the barrel, just this part right here, just the upper third. Any place where you see silver, any place where you see wear, all right, and we just put a little bit of grease on there. What we're going to use here is our slide. All right, what I like to do is I like to put it inside here, inside this part of the slide, as you can see. All right, we're just going to put a little bit there, and once again, just a light visible coat, folks. We do not want to cake this stuff on there, all right? We don't need a ton of lube on modern semi-automatic pistols. So just put a light, thin coat on there. That's it. That's all we do for the slide. And then on this bottom part right here, just a little dab of grease on the rail. Another dab of grease on the rail. Maybe one more in the rear if you want it. And folks, that's about it on this pistol. And then of course, we're going to put it together. Alright, that looks good. And of course, what we need to do, folks, is we need to load our pistol when we are done. Now we are all loaded and ready to go with a clean, serviceable pistol that's cleaned, lubed, and most importantly of all, loaded. Well everyone, hope you found this video helpful. If you found the information useful to your life, subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook. Those options are on the page. If you want to get some training on that pistol, come on out to Valor Ridge. We'll teach you how to do it. We'll be more than happy to teach you how to use your pistol, how to carry it properly, how to draw it, and all that fun stuff. This is Reid Henrichs with Valor Ridge, reminding you, the lessons that we learn are written on the tombstones of others. We'll see you on the ridge.